Hello everyone, in this Thierry Sicard tutorial number 28 we will review the discovery of two types of electricity called vitreous and resinous electricity. William Gilbert, which coined the term electricity, and Franklin, which demonstrates that the lighting was electric charges. Maybe William Gilbert is not really well known, but we can say that he is the father of the science of electricity and magnetism. Prior to him, all that was known was that the ancients knew with the Thales experiment means a lodestone has magnetic properties and amber rubbed would attract substances of small gravity. Gilbert printed in Latin a great treatise on the magnet in 1600, so 3 years before he died, which include the basis of the new science. He gave the name of electricity based on Greek name amber. He was the first person to use the terms electric forces, magnetic pole, and electric attraction. From its experiments, he concluded that the Earth was itself magnetic and that this was reason the compass point to the north. For us, it looked obvious, but at this time, other hypothesis was that the magnet needle was pointing the pole star or a large magnetic island on the North Pole. In addition of that, he even argued that the center of the Earth was in iron, and he considered an important property of magnet with North and South Pole. So I think we can take a big tip of the hat to this gentleman, because in 1600 he was all right with the Earth was magnetic itself with South and North Pole, and the reason was because the iron in the center of the Earth. Charles-François de Cisternay-du-Fay was a scientist and superintendent of the King Louis XV garden. It seems that the superintendent function gave him some time to study the electricity. He born almost 100 years after William Gilbert. It seems that he had some free times to do some research in electricity in addition of the kindergarten charges. In 1733, he noticed that the Greek knew since a long time with objects that had been rubbed could attracted or repelled each other. He proposed two different kinds of electricity called vitreous and resinous. He also noted the difference between conductor and insulator, called electric and non-electric. He was not agreeing with Dr. Stephen Gray, which believed that the electric properties were dependent on the color. When the nobles took off their silk stockings, the sparks from the electrostatic charges were more visible on a black stocking than a white one. This is why Dr. Gray was thinking that color has an effect on electricity. Charles-François de Cisternay-du-Fay proposed the existence of two fluids which neutralize each other. Rubbing an object allows to remove one of the fluids. Its observations was reported in a paper written in 1733. He became a member of the French Academy of Science in 1723. Benjamin Franklin was the first US ambassador in France. He started to work on electricity in 1746, few years after Charles-François de Cisternay-du-Fay was died in 1739. Franklin was a prodigious inventor, as example shown on the slide, but it is really well known for the kite experiments. In 1752, Franklin conducted his famous experiment where he flew a kite during a thunderstorm just for showing that the lightning was electricity. A metal key is tied to the kite string in this process in order to conduct the electricity. The string was connected to a ladle bottle, the ancestor of the capacitor, to demonstrate the capacitor stored the electric charges. Franklin proposed that vitreous and resinous were not different types of electrical fluid. He proposed positive and negative for the first time to replace the term vitreous and resinous. He was the first one to discover the fundamental principle of the electric charge conservation. For this reason, the Franklin was the electric charge unit in the electrostatic unit system. I want to thank you for your attention. On my next Thierry Sicard tutorial number 29, we will talk about the electrophorus invented by the Swedish professor Johan Carl Wicke, but popularized by Volta. So see you soon and stay tuned.